All right, guys, a little bit of controversy online. Our boy Bernard Sanders is in some hot water from something he said the other day. So look at this. He says, Elon Musk is right. The Pentagon, with a budget of $886 billion, just failed its 7th audit in a row. It's lost track of billions. Last year, only 13 senators voted against the military-industrial complex and a defense budget full of waste and fraud. That must change. So, what he's saying is, hey, if DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, is going to advise Trump, you better cut military spending, I agree with cutting military spending, and that's why he led the tweet with Elon Musk is right. Now, this is also something he said. He said something similar about capping interest rates that banks can charge the other day. He said, I agree with President Trump. We should cap the interest rates at 10%, and I'm happy to work with him on that issue, right? And that one was a little bit of a controversy, but I feel like this is an even bigger controversy. And let me just show you. Here's the reaction of some of these right-wing goofballs. Ready? Matt Gaetz comes in. Welcome home, Bernie. Colin Rugg says, glad you realized Elon Musk is not the problem. The problem is the federal government, which has wasted and lost trillions of dollars of taxpayer money. Lex Friedman, happy to see this. This other dude, are we uniting or are you about to get canceled by the left? And Wokeness says, has hell frozen over? Alan Jacoby says, is this part of the realignment I keep hearing about? So a couple things here. First of all, the idea that literally anybody on the planet would express shock at the idea that Bernie Sanders is in favor of cutting the military budget is laughable. This was his opinion probably back in fucking 1970 whatever. He has always had this position. That has been on the record, crystal clear, obvious for everybody to see if you give a shit about the specifics. So the reaction from some of these people is amazing to me. Like, do you guys not know anything about politics? Did you not realize that Bernie Sanders has always been in favor of this? My guess is they just see that first line that says Elon Musk is right, and they're like, yes, yes, worship the people I worship, agree with the people I agree with, yes, and then we'll welcome you into the fray, yes. All right, now here's the thing. What is Bernie trying to do here? My guess is what Bernie's trying to do is effectively call their bluff, right? So when he says to Trump, I agree, let's cap interest rates at 10%. Well, Trump's not going to do that. And then Bernie's going to come out and say, what happened? I guess you're a fucking liar. I guess you're a hypocrite. You said you wanted to do this. You didn't do this. I'm still in favor of it. You abandon it. You're a hack. You abandon the working class. That's what he'll do, right? On this one, he said, hey, you want to cut the Pentagon? Absolutely. I'll cut the Pentagon with you. Sounds awesome, right? And then they're not going to do it. Even if Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and DOGE give advice to Trump, because it's just an advisory board, this DOGE thing. It's not a real government agency. Even if their report says, definitely cut the Pentagon, Trump's not going to do it. Well, how are you so certain, Kyle? The best predictor of future action is past action. When Trump was president before, for 4 years, he increased the military budget every single time. Every time. This isn't a tough one, right? So my guess is he's setting the trap of when they don't do it. What happened, Elon? I am for cutting the military, and apparently you're not. What happened, Donald Trump? I was for this, and I would work with you, and you backed off of it, I guess. You stabbed the working class in the back. My guess is that's what Bernie's getting at here. Now, having said that, I gotta be honest, I'm kind of over this strategy, right? Because it didn't work in the past. And guess what? None of the people in MAGA, when Trump abandons the 10% cap on interest rates, when Elon and Vivek and Trump back off the Pentagon cuts and want to cut Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and all the social safety net, MAGA's going to go right along with them. They're not going to care. All of a sudden, they'll pretend like they were never in favor of Pentagon cuts, and they'll pretend like they were never in favor of a 10% cap on interest rates. So they're just going to follow their dear leaders and shut their fucking mind off. And when Bernie's like, aha, I got you. You said this, but you believe that. They're not going to care. It's not going to matter. So what's a better way of handling it? Say it like it is, Bernie. Come out and say, they're lying. They're not going to cut the military budget. I guarantee you they're not going to cut the military budget. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You are not going to cut the military budget. I guarantee. Elon Musk is one of the number one subcontractors of the Pentagon. He gets massive subsidies. Fucking, of course he's not going to cut the military. What are you, crazy? This whole virtue signaling, this whole nonsense, right? So I understand what Bernie's trying to do, the call the bluff thing, but ultimately it's going to come to naught. And if anything, you're just feeding the beast and pretending like these guys mean what they say, right? Like they mean what they say. Take them at face value. I'm with that. So it's sort of feeding this myth of the populist MAGA. And that's just not true. That's just not true. And then when they don't follow through, MAGA's not going to care. They're going to pretend like they never supported cutting the Pentagon. They're going to pretend like they never supported the 10% cap on interest rates. So you might as well just come out and say the correct thing. Instead of, I agree with Trump, let's cap interest rates at 10%. The tweet should be, Trump doesn't fucking believe in capping interest rates at 10%. He's fucking lying. He didn't do it last time. He's not going to do it this time. I bet my whole entire fucking net worth on that, bitch. That's what you say. This time, they're not going to cut fucking military spending? You're out of your fucking mind if you think they're going to cut military spending. Best case scenario, the Doge report says maybe we should cut some a little bit around the edges, and then Trump goes, okay, nice, here, rip it up, throw it in the garbage. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna still increase it. I don't know, man. It just seems to me like everybody's operating here like they're in fucking second grade, right? Like it's the political strategy equivalent level of playing like fucking peekaboo with a child, right? Like that's what we're doing here. Let's stop playing footsies with them, bro. I'm sorry. Democrats should be more pro-resistance now, knowing who Trump is, what he did, how disastrous his first term in office was, how horrible his policies were, cut taxes for the rich, cut taxes for corporations, deregulated, lost 200,000 manufacturing jobs, lost nearly 3 million jobs with his time in office, 3 million people lost health insurance, appointed billionaires and Wall Street CEOs, raised the Pentagon budget every time, destroyed the NLRB, stiffed 8 million workers of overtime pay. We know who this guy is. We know what he is. There's no point in pretending, oh, maybe we'll find some air. We agree. We can work together. No, there fucking isn't. No, there isn't. He's a hack. He's a con man. He's a fraud. He's a liar. The same goes for Vivek. The same goes for Elon Musk. They don't mean a goddamn word of any of the rare things they say where they might be right. They don't fucking mean it. They're not going to do it. Let's stop pretending. You don't have to try to set a trap and, oh, you walked in my trap. You know what their MAGA response will be? Shut the fuck up, old man Bernie. We don't give a fuck. Who cares? We don't care they're not going to cut the Pentagon. We don't care that they're not going to cap the interest rates at 10%. We don't care. We don't care. That's what their reaction is going to be. So no reason to set the trap. Look them in the eye and spit in their eye. Say, you don't fucking mean it. I know you don't mean it because you didn't do it last time and you're not going to do it this time. I guarantee you he doesn't cut the Pentagon. Guarantee you they don't cap it at 10%. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I would love it if you prove me wrong. I'll be the first to come out here and give you credit, but I know I'm right. I know they're not going to do it. So, yeah. You know, or Bernie could just simply be trying to stay out of the gulag. When Trump sets up the gulag and starts throwing people like me in there. Remember when I said I agreed with Elon Musk? I'm partly joking, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, and by the way, I love these fucking... God, the right-wingers are so wild, man. You say one little thing that's like, yeah, I guess I kind of agree with you, even though I don't think you mean it, but like I kind of agree with you on this. Oh, see, Elon is right about everything. Donald Trump is right about everything. Hell's frozen over. Now you're one of us. Good stuff. Yes. And then the next time you come out there and say something anti-Trump, you're my enemy. I hate you. It's fucking childish. All this is so fucking childish. I'm so sick of this political bullshit. All right, guys. That's the show. Love y'all very much. You know the drill. Everybody click like, click subscribe, click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. Much love and much appreciation, and a big thank you to everybody who supports this show on Patreon. Couldn't do it without you. We are real independent media. We are not fake independent media. You guys support us with $5 a month or $2 a month or $10 a month or whatever it might be. We have that in the default ads on YouTube, and that's it. Never talk to an advertiser. Will not talk to an advertiser. I've seen what happens to all these other assholes in this space who go down the wrong path, and I'm going to avoid it like the goddamn plague. You bet your ass on that. So anyway, love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.